Evening, everybody. It's 5:20 on Tuesday, the 7th of June, and this is your closing comment. Um, I'm amazed. This is the third Tuesday in a row where we had an okay day on Monday, sold off into the close, had bad news overnight, and then turned back up. We had it with Snap a couple of weeks ago. We had it with Walmart. Today we had it with Target. The Target news really didn't bother me much. I was actually kind of surprised to see it down as far as it was, seeing as this was kind of a reiteration of what they said in their earnings call. So the stock trades down to 145 pre-market, and then during regular hours can only trade down to 147 and then trades to the upside to 161. So while we closed at 155.80 down 387, we closed three quarters up on the range on basically what was old news. Same situation with Union Pacific. Traded down to 217.20 this morning and then came roaring back, traded as high as 232.40 and closed 228.75, up 358. So, I'm still heavily reliant on the fact that this is a bear market rally, that we are in fact in a bear market. But the chart on the screen is the S&P, and it clearly is trying to make a run here through 4,200. My original area of resistance for this rally was 42 to 43, 43.50. 43.50 is pretty close to where the what is this? The 100-day moving average is. It would be through the 50-day, and clearly the 5 turned to the upside, and the 20 is turning to the upside a little here. So it still looks like it's going a little higher to me, but inflation is still a huge issue. Energy is up 65% year to date and shows absolutely no sign whatsoever of turning back down. So, I think that you have to realize that when you're looking at inflation, prices staying the same as where they are is inflation. Moving back to the downside is an improvement, but we have a long way to go before we see non-inflation coming into this market. I don't see it at all. Last night I told you about AERC, that's Aero Clean. Yesterday it was 537, up $2.91 or 125%. Today it traded as high as 15 and a quarter. This is a company that makes air purification equipment, and they got an approval by the FDA for a new product, I guess, or an improvement on a product that they manufacture. And the stock currently 12.05, up $7.28, or another 153% versus yesterday. Coles closed 45.47. That was up 3.35, but there's kind of a misnomer here too. I mentioned this morning. There have been several offers and several deals to take this company from $55 to $60. So today's franchise corp says that they're in discussions at $60. This is a deal that has not been financeable in the past. So, we'll have to see. Clearly, selling for 20% or 25% under an agreed upon or a negotiated price does not spell success for this deal going forward. And in earnings, we had Cracker Barrel with a miss. and the stock is 96 down 589 or 5.8%. Problem is high gas prices and lack of people in the stores. So we'll have to see how that goes. In the meantime, as I said to start, we started to the downside. We were down 272. We finished up 264. So a pretty nice reversal. Advanced declines were 2 to 1. The NASDAQ was only 1.8 to 1, and it closed up 113.86. Which was 0.94% compared to the 0.8% for the Dow. S&P was up 0.95 at $39.25. The Russell was the big leader, up 29.68 or 1.57, and transports were actually up only 0.13, $18.91. Volume was a little bit light, and this morning, when we had the down open, the VIX would just absolutely not spike to the upside, closed the day at 24.02, down $1.05. Oil was up 91 cents at 119.41. Hasn't closed above the 120 area, but I think it's going to be pretty much a foregone conclusion. Gold was up because rates were down. The 10-year came back in to close 297, so it broke 3. Closed 297, down 0.7%. Bitcoin was down 2,000 early, traded as low as 29,110, but closed 31,045. The dollar, after trading just under 103, 102.85, closed at 102.32. It was down 12 basis points, but it was also the low of the day. Bonds were up 1.25%, and hopefully all we saw in the nat gas today was kind of a resting day. We did break above the highs, which were 947 and change. We got as high today as we got as high as 954.40. I'm thinking that after the run that we had here, we had a quiet day in the area of a new high before we started higher. I think, just like with the rest of energy, I think this is going to be a double-digit price in the very short term. All right, everyone, have a good evening. I'll be back first thing in the morning.